Today we will start in a new unit is force and motion. Lesson 1, fundamental forces in nature. What is the meaning of fundamental? Fundamental is mean most basic, most basic or important parts of something, important parts of something. First, we will know the definition or the concept of the force. Okay? To know the definition of the force, we will take some examples to know that. Example number 1, the book on the table remains static. Again, the book on the table remains static as long as no one moves it. Why? When I put the book on the table, the book remains static because there is no force acting on it. There is no force acting on it. The example number 2, the wall doesn't move when you push it with your hands. Why? The wall, doesn't move if we push it. Why? Because the force acting on the object is improper. I act with force, but this force is improper. The third example, the static ball moves when you kick it with your foot. Okay? When the player kick the ball, the static ball moves. Why? Because I act with force, but this force is a proper force. So, because the force is proper, that I act it on the ball. Okay? This is the example. The last example is the ball. The ball changes its direction when the player levers it with his head. When the player levers the ball with his head, the ball changes its direction. Why the ball changes its direction? Because first, the player acting by a force. This force has a direction, and the ball moves in the opposite direction. So, the direction of the acting force is the opposite or in the opposite direction of the moving ball. So, the ball moves in or change its direction. Okay? This is the examples of the force. So we can define the force. The force, it is an effect. It is an effect that attempts. The B is silent. Attempts. The B is silent. Okay? Again, force, it is an effect that attempts to change. What is the meaning of attempts? Attempts, it means try. Okay, try. It is an effect that tries to change the object state from static to motion, or vice versa, or attempts to change the direction of motion. Okay, again, force, it is an effect that attempts or try to change what? The object state from static to motion, or vice versa, or attempts to change the direction of motion. Let's go to another point, is the measuring unit of force. Any force, the measuring unit of any force is Newton. Okay? Newton It is a science, okay? It is a science. We will talk about him, okay? Let's go to question. What happens when? What happens when a proper force acts on? A proper force acts on. Number one, a static object. The body, the static. Static is doesn't move. Static means doesn't move. When I act with a proper force on the static object, the object will move. The object will move from its position to another position in the same direction. Okay? Let's go to the question number 2. What happens when a proper force acting on a moving object in the same direction of its movement? The body already moved. So, the speed of the moving object will increase. The speed of the moving object will increase. Okay, let's go to another point is fundamental forces in nature. Okay, fundamental forces in nature. The scientists divided forces in nature into three divisions. Number one, gravitational force. Number two, electromagnetic forces. Number three, nuclear forces. Okay? Again, the fundamental force in nature, three. Gravitational force, electromagnetic forces, and the nuclear force. Okay? Nuclear forces are two types. Weak nuclear forces and strong nuclear forces. Okay? Let's start with the gravitational force. The Isaac Newton was the first one who discovered the Earth's gravitational force. Okay? When he was standing under a tree and he found an apple falling down to the ground, Newton think, and he proved that all masses are attracted towards the earth, okay, by a force known as Earth's gravitational force, okay, and this force depends on what? The mass or the masses of the object. The masses of the object. Okay? Definition of the weight. Definition of the weight. Definition of the weight or object's weight, it is the ability to the earth to attract that object to its center. Again, it is the ability of the earth to attract that object to its center. So we studied it in primary 6. The earth attracted the object to or towards the center, okay? Or towards its center. Another definition. It is the force of Earth's gravitational to the object. Okay? To the object. If I ask you a question, write the scientific term. It is the force of Earth's gravitational to the object. The answer is the object's weight or weight. Okay. Let's go to the measuring unit of the object's weight. What is the measuring unit of the weight? The measuring unit of the weight, and the weight I said, from the definition, it is the force. And I said that any any force, the measuring unit of any force is Newton. So the measuring unit of the weight is Newton. Okay? And if I want to calculate the weight of any object, the weight of any object or object weight equal object mass by or multiplying Earth's gravitational acceleration. Okay? The weight, I refer to the weight with the letter W. Okay? Letter W. And I refer to the mass by the letter M. And I refer to the Earth's gravitational acceleration by G. Okay? So W equal M by G. Okay? If I want to calculate the mass, from the triangle, the mass equal what? Weight divided gravitational acceleration. Okay? If I want to calculate the gravitational acceleration, G equal what? W over M. So, from the law, I know the factors that the weight affect or depend on. The weight depend on what? From the law. Depend on number one, the object is mass. Number two, gravitational acceleration. Gravitational acceleration is a change from place to another on the Earth's surface. The acceleration is a change from place to another place. Okay? Let's go to a question. What's meant by? What's meant by? The weight of an object equals 30 Newton. Equals 30 Newton. I know how I start this question with this means that. This means that. What is the definition of the weight? The ability of the Earth to attract this object equals 30 Newton. Okay? Let's go to another. Is prep1. If I wanted to calculate the weight, okay, let's go to the first example. Problem 1, find the weight of an object 100 kilogram mass. So, it start with is what? Find the weight. So I want to find the weight. Weight equal what? Weight equal mass by Earth's gravitational acceleration. Okay? He or the book give me the value of the Earth's gravitational acceleration equal what? Equal 9.8 meter per second square. Okay? It's easy. I will put the value of the mass, the value of the Earth's gravitational acceleration, and I multiply. Okay? 100 by 9.8 equals 980 Newton. Okay? This is the first one. Problem 2, calculate the mass. I start with calculate the mass. So I want to calculate the mass. Mass equal what from the triangle? Mass equal object weight or weight divided Earth's gravitational acceleration. Okay? What is the weight? The weight in the problem is 280, okay, Newton. Divide 10. This is the gravitational acceleration. Equal 28 kilograms. Okay? This is the problem. Let's go to a question is give reason. The mass of the object remains constant by changing its position on the Earth's surface. What's the meaning of question? The meaning, if I am in the on the Earth's surface, okay, and my weight is 70 Newton, okay, for example, and I go to the moon, the weight is different. The mass is constant. The mass doesn't again. My mass doesn't change, but the weight, the question said the mass of object remains constant. The mass is constant by changing its position on the Earth's surface. Why? From the definition of the mass. The mass, because the mass is the amount of matter that the object contain or the object contains. Okay? Let's go the second question in the reason. Object's weight changes from one place to another on the Earth's surface. Okay?